My name's Linda Gibson. Good to see y'all today. Have you ever heard about Tai Chi?
Yes.
Ah, have you seen it on television? Gentle flowing movements. Have you ever done any Tai Chi? Well, after today you can say, I've done some Tai Chi. How about that? What Tai Chi is a Chinese martial art that we practice today because it has relaxation, it has health benefits, and it also has those martial arts aspects. And I teach for all three intents. I teach for relaxation, for health, and for martial arts. When you get the health benefits, basically the body has to be in the correct position for the qi to flow. So when I'm breaking somebody's arm, it's the same position as you would get for the correct qi movement. And what I teach is called the Yang form. That's named after the Yang family village in China where the form originated. And it was developed as a open hand or without weapon type of martial arts for self-defense. And that's because in those days, a lot of people did not have weapons. So what my heritage in terms of learning Tai Chi, I studied now for about 16 years, and I've been teaching for about 6 years. And I've learned classical Chinese Tai Chi. So the Yang form that I teach here on Thursdays, it's a free class. Anybody can come at any time. It's an open class, so you don't have to start at any particular time. And unlike Pilates, you don't have to get down on the ground. You can wear your work clothes, you can wear flexible shoes, and we meet over in the Stephen F. Austin building at noon on Thursdays, most Thursdays anyway. So I really appreciate Pamela describing some of the ways you position your body. So she was saying to tuck the hips, basically, and that's what we do when we do Tai Chi. When we do Tai Chi, we bring the body into alignment. So that means you make the body more stable. And she's just passed out a form. I've got a series of Western medical studies that enumerate health benefits. And you can tell that they range everything from boosting the immune system to helping osteoporosis to preventing falls. There are so many studies now that the Western doctors have done that actually hundreds or thousands of Chinese have known for centuries. So we're now documenting all the positive benefits that Tai Chi can have. So if you would like to, you can stand and I'll teach you just a little bit of Tai Chi. Just stand so you won't be next to your neighbor too close. We're going to be very easy, very gentle, very good. Oh boy, a whole classroom. This is fantastic. Step out so that the feet are parallel. The knees are bent very easily. The hips are tucked, which means that we flatten out that lumbar area in our back. That's exactly what Pamela was talking about. It relieves the stress on the lower back. Does everybody feel comfortable? Okay, good. Now, just like a balloon is attached to your wrist, let the hands float up, breathing in. When they reach the shoulder, the fingertips point up like candles on a birthday cake. Then let the elbows sink. When they reach the waist, bend the knees a little bit more and let the hands flatten out. Good. That's the opening movement of the Yang style Tai Chi. So, congratulate yourselves for your first Tai Chi move. Very good. Easy, right? And just like Pamela said, there are some similarities. We breathe in when we're coming close to the body. We breathe out when we're extending from the body. We breathe in and then breathe out. So I'm able to adapt to whoever is in my class. If you've got a knee problem or a hip problem, and usually people do when they come to me, then we can work that out. If you have, say, special interest, I can accommodate that. Um, let's see. Any questions so far? Want to do a little bit more Tai Chi?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So let's move into the classroom then. And I will teach in a way that I commonly teach, which is my back to you, so that there's no sort of, if I'm facing you, that I would look like, you would have to mirror my images. So I'm going to turn with my back to you. So we're going to step out. Our hands are going to come up. Fingertips lifting, sinking the hands, spreading the hands and bending the knees. I'm going to shift my weight left, ward off to the right. I'm going to step with the left foot and the left hand comes up. I'm going to pet the back of the bird, turning the waist. I'm going to step one more time right, pull up the right hand, ward off, pull down, left hand circles, press, roll back, and push. Excellent. Good. That was a move called Grass Sparrow's Tail. And that is a very important move. It's repeated throughout the Yang style set. As I said, I teach the classical style, so that's 108 moves, and we start with the first 16. So don't worry about it. And we practice. You know that you learn by your muscle movement. It's not just up in your brain. So everything that you learn, we just repeat over and over and over. And then I give you a handout that has the names of the moves and a brief description of the moves, so that if you want to, you can practice on your own. And so there's one other thing that we do, and that's called Tai Chi walking. That helps our balance. So again, with my back to you, we're going to bend the knees and tuck the hips. My spine is neutral. I'm going to turn the toes of one foot to a 45 degree. I'm going to shift the weight fully into that foot so I can pick up the other foot, and I'm going to step with the heel first. Letting the weight go into that foot, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to turn that foot to 45, shift the weight, and then pick up the other foot. Stepping. Sitting back, turning to 45, shifting the weight, and then stepping with the other foot. Didn't know you were going to learn how to walk, did you? Turning the foot to the 45, sitting and stepping. Excellent. Notice how your body's turning? Your body is mirroring the back foot, right? Okay, so that's one of the Tai Chi principles. I talk about 10 principles, and really it's principles of movement. That's what I teach. I teach people not how to not fall, how to move, how to walk. It's really very simple. And yes, we have flowery names, and that's okay. So, the Tai Chi walking, what that does, it enables us to use all 4 quads, and yes, we do have 4 of them. The outside, the inside, and then 2 in the center. So we use all of them. That's how we become strong. So if, for instance, our body becomes stronger, a lot of people probably tend to lock their knees. Is that a common thing? So if I were to lock my knees, my body would be less strong. And I think you're about the largest, tallest person here. Can I get you to come forward? I'm going to get you to push me. I'm going to lock my knees, and he's going to put his hands on my shoulder, and he's going to push me. And I'm going. Easy, right? So now, I'm going to bend my knees, tuck my hips, and he's going to push me. What it is body physics. My body didn't grow any more muscles, okay? My body structure became stronger because when he's pushing through my shoulders, it's going through my body and it's being transmitted through to my heel, okay? So it doesn't matter what size you are. for self-defense. Thank you. Let's give them a hand. Does not matter how big you are. You can apply self-defense principles, and you can apply that same principle to your everyday life. As we get older, we lose balance, right, ladies? So one of the things that Tai Chi does for us, it helps us get that balance back. And a couple of different ways. One, it helps us get that nervous system feedback from our feet so that we know where our feet are. Good thing to do, right? Also, it helps us get stronger. When we are bending our knees, tucking our hips, and stepping, then there's going to be times when our feet are not in contact with the ground. 100% of the weight's on one leg, so we get stronger. And so I teach according to 10 principles. One of the principles, turning the waist. So if I were to move somebody, I wouldn't use my wimpy little arm muscles. I would use my entire body to move something. Just like if you're moving out your refrigerator to clean underneath, say, you wouldn't use just like this. You would actually push, right? Same principle. So the self-defense principles applied in everyday life. So any more questions? Does this sound like something that you'd like to do? Mm-hmm. And so basically it's just, like I said, I like it because I have fun. You know, it's fun to learn something. It's both a mental activity and it's a physical activity. I like to teach. I like the feedback from students. And I like to have the physical activity as well. So for me, it's the perfect thing to do. And we have handouts. And like I said, there is also a little, the top sheet says where you can come to take a free Tai Chi class. We meet every Thursday, pretty much every Thursday, in the Stephen F. Austin building.
Want to just go through the research a little bit on your handout?
Sure, I've got it. So other studies about, oh goodness, they're coming out with new ones. There's one that I don't have on here. Tai Chi actually increases your brain size. Did you ever know that? And that must have something to do, they don't know exactly why, but they say that it helps. And I have actually had people with Parkinson's who can do Tai Chi without the tremor. If they're doing other activities, they have the tremor that goes along with Parkinson's, but when they're doing Tai Chi, they have no tremor. And you don't have to be ill in order to do Tai Chi. You can be perfectly healthy and still get benefits. It can benefit your sleep. It can benefit your relaxation level. When I learned Tai Chi, I was working for the Texas Senate, and it was a really bad legislative session, let me tell you. And Friday nights, I'd go to my gym. And boy, I really needed that Tai Chi class. So that's how I started learning and then continued learning throughout. And it's something that I think that I will continue throughout my life. Unlike other types of exercise or martial arts, you can do this until, basically 80s and 90s. As a matter of fact, I still aspire to be a cover girl on Tai Chi magazine because they're in their 90s. So I can still make that. So, thank you for your time.
Thank you.